Won't be using them.
All right.
We is in the building.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back.
Welcome to the AN-T-NEES podcast. This is Night Nurse Davis.
This is Deja Vu.
Better Fitness.
We are coming at y'all today full of energy, and we want to talk about the pressures that society puts on you when you reach a certain age to get married, to have kids. Have y'all had any of that going on? Any pressure? People all in your business asking you when, where, how, and
all in your business. Even if you got some, they still want to be in your business. How many more you want me to have? Or what you want from me? What else can I give you to make you stop asking me these questions?
You got a boyfriend.
Right. And you ain't got neither one.
You have one?
You ain't got neither one. What's wrong with you? Boy, squeeze me, ma'am. Something wrong with me, you see?
maybe it's a personal preference.
This dating pot
It's terrible. It's
I ain't gonna say terrible.
That's what I was gonna say. It's interesting.
I ain't
It's
gonna
different.
say terrible.
We'll say that.
It's very different.
I'll say different.
It's very different.
I can
but
say
it's
different.
interesting.
Yeah.
In the sense of
You just never know.
yeah.
It's like the
Once
Cracker
you pop
Jack
the phone,
box.
don't stop.
You remember?
Ain't that it?
Y'all remember the prizes in the Cracker
Can't
Jack
have
box?
these
You don't know what you gonna get in
I
that
mean,
prize.
you used to be excited, and then you get down to the
get that
bottom
I
and you
was
get the
never
little
really excited about
prize.
Cracker Jack though. I was trying to get to. I was just wanting the popcorn with the what they had the almonds. No peanuts.
Yeah, yeah,
You
caramel.
wasn't studying that prize, huh?
I'm the prize.
I always thought it was gonna be something better. Kind
Yeah.
of like dating. I thought it was gonna be something. Yeah, you know that prize was trash. Maybe the next one will be better.
Yeah.
And the next one wasn't even better.
The next one was a sticker that stuck to the paper. And you couldn't even peel it off.
Oh, what I'm gonna do with this?
Yeah, but I will
What we
say I
doing?
met some interesting people. Considering, we a little more seasoned these days.
We
and
are.
so to
We
attract the younger crowd, these young folks don't care.
I don't want the
It's
younger
intriguing,
crowd.
but it's a lot of work.
I'm telling you, I
It's a
don't
lot of
want
work.
the younger crowd.
And
I mean, nothing against. Do y'all thing.
I can't know nothing against y'all.
Right, but for me.
it's just a lot of work. It's just the difference, the dynamic of the interactions. A lot of times, it's just like
different.
It's so far spread. Like it's crazy when it comes to just simple things. It's,
True.
Perception or communication or being able to express one's thoughts, feelings, and emotions effectively. But that's not just young people either.
No, it's not.
That's
No,
not just young
thank you for
people.
saying that. I agree.
Because
Because even the seasoned ain't as seasoned.
This is true. This is very true.
I done met some aunts that had no clue.
You trying to be nephew.
Had no clue, sir.
You trying to be few.
Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about the different dynamics. So I want to get you all's perspective from women's perspective, as far as the dating goes, and the pressure that is put on young women, especially, young women. And how does it, make one feel? Like how does it make you all feel?
Pressure.
Pressure.
Marriage, have kids, this pressure, age,
yeah.
how you raised, how you groomed, all of these things.
I hit 25 and they was like, hey,
Clocking you.
where you man at?
Right.
Well, see,
y'all
in the
married?
70s, they used to get married at 10.
See, that's what I'm saying?
They
You
did.
can't.
I think my mom told me that she had to get permission to get married
Okay.
because she got married when she was 17.
Okay.
I could not imagine getting
At
married at
17.
17.
Ooh.
I got married when I was 22. I had just turned 22. Still too young. Too young.
Right. And I wasn't even thinking about that at 22.
Yeah.
I'm so childish.
Yeah. I, looking back on that, I don't regret that I had the opportunity to experience marriage. Maybe I will again. But to me, I wasn't ready at 22. And I'm not saying that's why it ended, but I think that the mindset that I have now is totally different, obviously, than what I had as a 22-year-old. But you're right, like those pressures, and nobody was pressuring me at 22. In fact, my mother asked me the opposite. Are you sure you're ready to do this?
You
Because
sure?
you're so young.
Are you positive?
But I was so in love.
So do you think, let me ask you this, so do you think the fact that our ancestors, not our ancestors, our mothers and our parents and everybody, they had children so early that it helped with stability in marriages or longevity in marriages because they had to automatically go into mummy mode and mature prematurely.
I wouldn't say it helped it, but if that's all they
knew. I think the kids played a huge part in it. Because think, if you would have had a child at 22, your perspective, your view, everything would have been different.
Kids don't keep a marriage.
It doesn't. But for some people, they're like, okay, for my child's sake, I want my child to be raised
and they be miserable.
Yeah,
they be miserable.
Yeah, and
that's
another subject. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you don't think that drove, like, it was
maybe help mature than you think.
Yeah. Our grandparents and stuff so young because they had all these children, and it's like, you know, I'm 17, 20, 19, 20. I already got 5 children.
I think, if anything, it probably made them tolerate more within the marriage because you have 5 or 6 kids. Where are you going at that age on your own? With what money? Because back then, the women weren't really bringing home the money.
Working.
It was the man. So Papa was rolling stones out there. And babies here and there. And, you know, Mama was at the house with the 5 or 6 kids at the house. Where was she going to go with all those kids?
As long as you coming home. Taking care of this. Now, whatever you take care of outside of this, ain't got to do it.
And he had his 3 hots in the cot, you know what I'm saying? His house was clean when he got home. He had his meals. You know, his clothes were clean. Where was he going?
Yeah, I think that made it different because that's all they knew. Ultimately, they didn't know anything else. Not to say it was their fault, but if they didn't know anything else, what you looking for? What else you gonna do? You just doing what you know.
In today's society, like, we all working. You know, so if I'm working and you working, this better be a 50-50 split or pretty close to it with what we're, you know, the demands of keeping up the household, I feel like.
And even with a 50-50 split, you come home with multiple children and baby mamas.
Yeah, that's true.
Enjoy.
So, you know.
So ultimately, would you all say that the woman is way more disciplined and conditioned than the male coming up in the household?
I wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that.
I would think so.
You think so?
I think there's more pressure on the
right. Let us shit over.
From a male's perspective, I feel like there's more pressure on a female to be more lady, more classy, more
disciplined,
polished, more disciplined. Because if you think about it, it's certain characteristics that women have that men don't have. I often have this conversation with my sisters that I feel like when it comes to sex and it comes to giving oneself, you know, to your body to someone else, y'all could be thinking one thing, but that body can turn off, completely off.
That's true.
Shut down.
You know,
click.
And but with men, it's like
it's whatever.
What's the reverse of that? Ain't no clinking. It's hard. We can't keep that thing between our legs. You can't cross our legs because they get
free willing.
It get harder and standing. And the more you stand, the more you bend. It's just hard for me. So no, that's just from a physical aspect, but mentally, like, you all can just, like, if you really, really want to, women just can. It's like y'all just, if the thing just vanished.
Yeah, I could be attracted to you and still not want to lay with you.
You can do one thing
and turn it up.
And that is it.
Yeah, and see, for me, it's not like that.
It's not like that, right?
Yeah. Big and
I've heard men say that as well.
I have too. I've heard men say, if a woman cuts you off,
if a woman cuts,
there's more of a chance that she's gonna be done with you than if a man cuts you off.
Yeah,
I think that's true.
We'll circle back. We weak. Yeah, we weak,
go
boy.
Spin the block. Go spin that block.
I know I'm weak. I ain't gonna act like I was
spin
strong.
that block a couple of times.
You and I have had that conversation a few times. You feel like, girl, you said no to no child. What? Right? What? How did you have the willpower?
Yeah. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
So but from a male perspective, I do feel like you all have it the worst in the household. Just looking back at my childhood and my sisters, it's certain requirements and standards that you all have to
meet at a certain time. Like.
And whereas men, now don't get me wrong, we taught to get out there and hustle. Don't be lazy. How to cut a yard, how to catch some fish, how to do this, how to do that, how to play football, how to play basketball, how to do that.
Okay.
But like that's why I feel like women mature way quicker than men. I always said that. I've always gave you all props for that. I feel like you all mature so much quicker than men because of the fact we are not held to that standard. That's even like, for instance, if we want to really go there, like in the streets.
Let's go there.
Body counts.
Let's go there.
Okay.
Right?
Body count for
Women
a man
are definitely
and a
held
woman
to a
is
much
different.
tighter standard
And
than
that's
men.
different. This is my point exactly.
It's
So
different.
it triples. It goes. It starts young in childhood, but then as men, I don't have to worry about.
Nobody's talking about your body count. In fact, y'all get praise for the higher number,
praise
right?
for it. So it's not even a requirement. And like you say, if it is, you get a trophy.
Yeah.
But let a woman have anything
Other than
that's over
Other
2
than
or
2.
3. It's
You done been ran
you
through.
ran through. That thing loose. That thing loose,
So
girl.
I don't
What you
think that's
doing?
fair. But then there's another standard. So if we're gonna talk sex, we're
Come
gonna talk sexuality. So then there's a component where women are allowed to dibble and dabble with other women.
I
Okay.
agree. And
Yeah.
a
We going
man.
there.
Let's go there.
And
Come
then
on.
men are looked at as, oh, they
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
And they're not able to. They're not allowed the opportunity to experiment. Not saying that's everybody's prerogative. And I'm not trying to push that on anyone at any shape, form, or fashion.
Right.
Please understand that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, I feel like if we were more fluid and understanding about the human
Anatomy.
when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to mental space, like sexually stimulated, mental space, those things, I feel like we could be a better people. Now, it's not for everybody. I get it. Some women say, well, I ain't gonna have no man that's getting dug up the butt, whatever. But he could be doing the bending. You just don't never know. But no, seriously,
I know. I get what you're saying.
Doing the bending?
I get what you're saying.
But it doesn't mean that person is gay because they experimented. And I think that everybody should be allowed the same grace across the board. That's just that.
Yeah.
But that's not the world that we live in.
That's not the
today.
world, right?
But it's
right.
becoming a lot more fluid.
It is.
And,
A lot
and,
more
and whatever. And
fluid.
these men, they do some of them do a lot of gay baiting and stuff. But I feel like if you gay baiting, then baby, you
already there.
just the price is right. Cha-ching.
You already there.
But anyway, that's another subject. But so yeah, I don't want them out the way. But y'all elaborate on it. What y'all think?
So,
I'm gonna drink my drink.
by the way, what we are sipping on today, Mr. Ralph made these for us.
Don't slow
I'm
down.
not sure what
It's
he's
okay.
calling them.
That's Southern Lemonade.
Southern Lemonade.
Southern
Lemonade
Lemonade.
has made
That's
us.
Ralph's special.
Yeah, so that's what we're all sipping on today.
Yeah.
I believe it has bourbon in it.
And y'all in the comments, not to cut you off, y'all leave in the comments. I want to hear what your thoughts are on, sexuality, standards for women, men coming up, male, female versus female. I'm not trying to put us against each other, but I just would like to know,
Conversation.
conversation.
Sure. Build
Just
the
to get a
conversation.
perspective on each
Understanding.
of your thoughts and perception on what we're talking about here, because it's greatly appreciated, and it can help us all. We can all help
Engage
each other.
with us. We like that.
We
So
all
go
get an
ahead.
We
understanding.
encourage that. That's right. So Southern Lemonade, and I also have a cup of black coffee. Y'all don't judge
We
me.
Don't
trying to
ask
see
no
what this
questions,
mixture
y'all.
gonna look like, because she doing coffee and
ask.
adult beverage at the same time. For me personally, that's gonna create a bomb and a mixture that I ain't gonna be able to control. But Night Nurse Davis, she's certified in this area.
She know what she doing.
She know what she doing. This is why she is indulging the way that she is, and I commend her. My hat goes off to
She
you,
better than
girl,
me.
Thank
because
you,
you
thank
do
you.
you doing that, girl. Because
She is,
yeah,
because if you
baby.
I have a coffee.
Yeah,
this
baby.
was gonna be my drink because I'm sleepy. Okay, it's the weekend, so sometimes on the weekend,
Turn up a little bit.
yeah, a little bit. So I have my coffee, but then Mr. Ralph made us these Southern lemonades.
Ralph special.
Which do I choose? I don't know.
Have you been sipping?
Stimulant, a depressant.
Okay.
I have not started sipping my coffee yet because I'm really scared to drink hot things.
Okay.
Hot liquids.
Yeah. You
liquids.
traumatized.
I'm traumatized.
You're traumatized.
We're not going to talk about that.
Okay. But all right. Get off that. Let's get off that.
So I have to let my coffee cool down a little bit. I don't want it to be cold, but I don't want it like piping hot where, it's going to burn my mouth. I don't like that.
Okay.
But yeah, so back to the topic. Regarding the pressures that society puts on men and women, and you grew up in a household with female siblings close to your age and another male sibling. Do you feel like within you all's household, family, what you experienced when you got of age to be getting married and having kids, did you see or feel more pressure on yourself as a male? Did you see the pressure on your brother as a male? Did you see more pressure on your sisters?
Looking back, I could just say there was a lot of pressure on my parents. To be honest, there wasn't a whole lot of pressure, but you could see the difference with how my sisters were handled versus how me and my brother was handled between both parents. I will say my sisters were way more involved, like with extracurricular activities. They were way more active, acting, singing, traveling, cheerleading. All of these things, and for me, I was just in track. I just ran track in high school, and I played t-ball in elementary. But as far as any serious sports, like they did over the years consistently, and part of that was because that's who they were at the same time, that their personalities. But I will say my mom and dad didn't put a whole lot of pressure on us, but you could definitely tell that the girls were held to a higher standard. Like they couldn't wear certain things,
right?
They couldn't look certain ways, whereas the boys, we couldn't just look any old kind of way either and sag with our pants. But it was just way more of a standard for my sisters. Like it's just like my mama had them dressing out like they was going to Christian boarder school, like Annie War Bus or something. That's not the boarder school. That's the shelter. What Annie was in?
The shelter.
Oh, that's it. Boom. There you have it. And so, so in that sense, and then I was so consumed by my own issues, like. Not to get off subject, I had my own issues internally with my dad and my biological father and all that kind of stuff. So that's a lot of stuff I kind of probably didn't notice because I was just so stuck emotionally as a little boy.
Bit of tunnel vision.
I didn't know how to express it and how to decipher or understand or comprehend what I was feeling, what I was thinking, and their sexuality and all this kind of stuff, trying to find myself and understand myself and being taught. I was being beat up. Well, I will say that. The Bible, the Christian folks, they beat you up for certain things.
Okay.
But that's a whole lot. I'm driving way off. But anyway, so, in the household, I will say, ultimately, my sisters were held, y'all had to be 10 hut. Like, they just had to be 10 hut.
At all times.
At all times as ladies. And I get it. So, what are your thoughts? In your household, it was just you and your brother.
It was me and my brother. But even when he came, I saw the difference. I saw the difference. Like, the same attentiveness that my brother got, I didn't get because they knew that I could do certain things without them. But that didn't mean that I didn't need that same
or even want it.
Yeah, or even want it. Like I saw it. It's different. It's different. Like you said, you're as a woman, female, you're held to a different standard. You're held to like you already know what to do. But this boy, he need a little more guidance than you need.
Ain't nobody finna be asking him when he having little junior because he still trying to get the training wheels off.
But even like I've seen different dads talk about that. As a dad that has a daughter, there's a possibility when his daughter has that child, that daughter gonna be in the house with them. His son have a daughter or a son have a child, that kid not gonna be in the house. The kid's gonna be in the house with the mother.
Right.
So it's different.
Right.
I even say that dating a dude with kids and dating a woman with kids. The guy with kids, if he's not a custodial parent and doesn't solely have them or have 50-50 custody, I really don't interact with the kids outside of weekends or whatever days he may be able to get them.
And
but
even those dynamics are different.
Yeah, but if I were to have a child, he would be around my child 24/7. He would come in. I would set that boundary of meeting my child, but they're still there. I would have to dictate my time around, hey, well, I got to find a babysitter, as opposed to a guy meeting me without kids.
Exactly.
I'm available.
Exactly.
Hey.
Exactly.
I got a quick question. I want to take a left, a short left.
Come on with the left. Come on with the left. Come on with the left.
That's how you drive for real.
Don't do that.
We driving like it's okay, cuz.
I know it.
We driving like I was in the front seat all day with y'all be like, go Kiki, go, go Kiki, go. So BBLs.
Okay.
BBLs and this cop. Ooh, I want to call it costume. The requirement and that's what I'm saying. The pressure for women, because the women have to get. What about the men? Like I'm saying, like the standards are so. Not everybody like a BBL. I can appreciate natural bodies. And what have you, but y'all give it.
The pressure is different.
I got to hit because it's just baffling to me, and that's nothing to anybody that's gotten it, because I see some badass jobs. And I've seen some
that look good. Right.
And it's interesting, but it's just so
the mindset of it.
The mindset, what's required, the people, the leaps that people will take to go through getting that. So, as women, y'all tell me, as natural women, y'all tell me. Again, nothing to my sisters out there that's gotten a little help.
At all.
Because I went to the gym and got my help too. I just went to the gym.
Natural help, right.
Yeah. How you feel about I like you said, I'm not knocking my sisters that do. Not at all. For me, naturally.
Do you think that's what most men are attracted to?
No.
Oh.
I've heard so many men that be like, no, that's...
Is it because they tried it and it's a no? Or is it because it's just a no because men...
I feel like some men do entertain it, which is why they do. Right, which is why women do go out and get that extra. Because they're getting the attraction. But outside of the attraction... That's it. You ain't getting nothing else, right?
I heard so many men say they wouldn't marry. They just want
I've heard different opinions on that too. I have. I get, and then sometimes, like you said, there are botched jobs and they don't look good underneath the clothes. So, you get in the room with that person and they take the things off and then it look like a heel.
I heard it smells.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I heard they stinky.
Yeah, I heard it smell. I heard it got a smell
and
on it. But I could be wrong. But that's just me being on social media and hearing different things and seeing different things. It got a smell on it. I mean, but think about it. It's something being put in you. Would it not create a smell?
What is it?
Would it eventually
what is it to create a smell?
Something? I mean, because that's not naturally you.
I guess potentially. Have you ever wanted to? So you've never wanted to alter any part of your body at all?
Surgically? No. Now, would I love to have the motivation to get in the gym to slim down a little bit more? Yes. Yeah. Yes. But that's me and my motivation. That's me personally. But just getting under the table, because as we age, stuff is going to change.
Gravity takes over.
Is real. I mean, no matter how much I get these lifted, they're eventually going to create some gravity to where they're not going to sit up as much. Or that foreign object that's being put in me may not agree with my body.
Or have a baby and they look real cute and perky, like some melons while you're pregnant and that whole, but as soon as the baby is beyond that phase, you'd be like, what the hell? What happened? What is this?
Like I said, I've seen some women that actually just like do something as simple as maybe take some of the fat out of their
Right.
sides or tummy and put it in their butt, and it looks natural. It's not overbearing, like it's not overwhelming. And it looks good. It looks good.
Right.
And then they get in the gym and they tighten it up even more.
Now, yeah, I think those look better. Like when they are able to take, do a fat transition. I've never seriously considered altering any part of my body, and again, no dig to anybody that has thought about it or has done it, but there have been times, growing up I was very slim, I was skinny, we were both very skinny,
not anymore.
Bony.
Right, bony Maronis. Okay, so we were, and there were times where, because I
literally, okay,
going to school with some of the more voluptuous, thicker women, thicker girls,
they was getting all the attention.
Not
all the attention. All right. Let me change that. Not all the attention, but it seemed as though
it seemed like they were getting a lot of attention.
A lot of attention.
And there were a lot of times where guys were like, "Oh, you skinny," So, but I got my attention. But then, of course, the guys that preferred the thicker women or maybe slick liked me, because there were some guys that used to talk trash and say stuff like that, and they liked me. But it just didn't feel. It made me feel it. There was a level of insecurity, I think, that it struck into.
I can agree.
And so, at times, I was like, oh, I wish I could. And then I also used to get teased about my nose sometimes, also by guys that usually ended up having a crush on me. All right, I got a thicker nose. It's cool. I've learned to embrace that. But there was a time in my life where I considered, probably not seriously, because I never looked up a surgeon, but I just thought about, what if I got my nose slimmed down? Or in the mirror, I did this. Or I used to be in the, trying to constantly contour my nose. But I've learned to embrace that. It is what it is.
Spread across your face.
It's not going anywhere. Yeah. So I think a lot of times too, in talking about, and it's not just the younger generations that are being pressured by society into, feeling like they need to go get these things down. Because, a lot of the older people too are, but I think especially the younger generation didn't get the opportunity to maybe grow into love who they were, love how they look, because everything today is pretty much driven by society, social media, what you're looking at on TV, what you're looking at.
It was different though when we
didn't have all of that.
Yeah,
we didn't have all of that.
2009, it wasn't like that.
And even if you look at the music videos from back then, you'll see a lot of those performers, a lot of those music stars, they were skinny.
They were skinny,
and they were all natural.
It was hair and everything, makeup, even if they had makeup. It was, and
they were beautiful. So, and today it's just different.
Yeah.
You might see a star from 20 years ago and they look totally different, and we ain't got to name no names.
Except for Maya.
But,
y'all see
Maya is the definition of drinking your water and
minding
your business.
You can't forget about Khalees.
Khalees,
I haven't seen her.
Khalees moved to California, bought hundreds and hundreds of acres of land, and she
look her up.
Okay.
She got her acres of land that she grow food on, mind her business, stay out the way.
And
Khalees still looks good.
All right, well that's good.
Yeah.
Props to those sisters. I know Maya is killing it. I've always
loved
Maya
her. Daddy? That's off the subject, but I see why, because he got
she said her daddy was good looking.
Bad. Good genes, okay?
But anyway, we gonna get into too much of those folks' business.
This is Khalees today.
Oh yeah, she's beautiful.
She still looks the same.
When you just to the point of looking back on a lot of those women that embraced their all natural. And I can think of, some of the ones that had a little bit larger nose, and they didn't do anything about it. They wore their makeup, and they were beautiful.
They couldn't afford it.
Huh?
Probably. And if they could, for one, they couldn't afford it. If they could, they wouldn't do anything. It wasn't that serious.
Anyway,
right. It's not that serious. You either, I love who I am, and you either like it or you don't. And if you don't, I'm not for everybody. You're not for everybody. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell y'all something about me, and when we pick at something, we like it.
Okay.
Learned that. Learned that. And we got picked on.
Right. It's the opposite.
Yeah, we got picked on. But as you get older, you learn that.
We sit and think about it.
You know, it's funny because men do that. We were talking about little boys growing up and how they used to do that. But men do that to this day.
It was the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing then and now. Men do it today. Yeah, it's the same little boy.
I had a friend recently tell me because, you know, he's talked about my nose. He's talked about my forehead. And I don't have a big forehead. But this joker has
You made me a little shit.
He has an egg. And I'm like, how you talking about my forehead?
Them typically the ones.
Yo, right. He finally was like, because I like you. You know, and he was like, the stuff that I talk about, is it because I like you?
It's because I like you.
You know. And I'm like, it's so funny to turn me
right.
on.
It's so funny.
Talk trash about me and you think that's turning me on.
That's the weirdest thing though,
It is
right?
weird. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that goes to show that we have a now let's shift into that. So emotionally, men struggle with the idea of being vulnerable to women, anybody for that sake, and being able to express our feelings and emotions and how we feel and all this kind of thing. And why do you think that is?
I can understand why.
Because we talk about the cry.
No, that is
Oh,
well.
right.
That is right. That ain't bad because that's a good release. But even the men that I see that are open with some women, it's turned against them when the woman is mad. Like when she want to use it, it's used as a weapon.
Yeah, we can be cutthroat.
Embrace it, but then they turn around and use it as a weapon.
Yeah, women can be cutthroat.
You can't do that.
You can't.
You can't do that. Like I mean, I understand you mad, and I'm talking from experience. I get mad and can get real lethal.
Yeah.
But as I get older, I have to learn how to control my mouth and choose my words. I can't cut deep and then expect that wound to be healed when I want it to be healed. Because I cut deep. Who you talking to? Like, why would you say that? Why would you get that low? Because you wouldn't want. Exactly. I don't want you to get that low with me. Right. I mean, I'll turn around and be like, oh, whatever. But be in the back room, boo-hoo, crying. But women use it as weapons.
We do.
Or say that a man is too soft.
We do.
Yeah.
We do.
When he is vulnerable. I see a lot of women say, well, I want him to be vulnerable. I want him to open up. But then when he opens up, as soon as he do something that you don't like,
gut punch.
Oh, you soft.
Gut punch.
You was crying last night.
Exactly.
Like,
when you told me about so and so. Oh, let's talk about the time.
This is true. It's not a safe space.
It's not a safe space.
You have to make it a safe space.
And so, like you said, as well as being taught growing up, boys are taught growing up, don't cry. You'll be all right. Suck it up. But sometimes they need to cry. Now you can talk them through their feelings. Like, hey, listen, I know this hurt your feelings. I'm glad you got it out, but this is how you need to move forward with it.
Right.
I've learned that it's so powerful as a male to be able to express my feelings and emotions. As much as they want to shut us up and shut us down, or whatever, I don't care what nobody think I have to say about it. I do it for myself because, and I also do it for the person that if I do it, it's because most cases it's because of the individual that I'm connected to, and I want to make sure that they are clear about my thoughts, and you would never have to wonder and ponder a fish for anything that I'm thinking and feeling.
Exactly.
Now, what I've had to learn as a male is to make sure that my delivery doesn't come off as just calling whatever.
Right.
You still have to be considerate of the other party's feelings and emotions when delivering your emotions. Your emotions. Just because you're feeling some type of way doesn't give you the authority to
be aggressive. That person full force. So, I hear you on that. I could echo that. Full force.
If we learn how to do that.
I think men are more powerful when they're able to embrace and express themselves.
Control their emotions. Absolutely.
And there is something very sexy about a man
that can articulate
his feelings, express his vulnerability.
Or listen and learn to.
And that's willing to.
That don't know how to.
Right.
But
something that's just as attractive is a person that's willing to learn.
Exactly. I just had this conversation with a friend earlier today.
You want red lobster?
Exactly.
You like salmon?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of rice you want? Yellow, white.
Right. And
You want some
tell
rice
them
pilaf?
Right. You want to encourage that, right? So you want to encourage that, and so you do things to let them know. And they're not a child, no, but we're so conditioned a certain way in the household coming up as children that when you have somebody that's willing to be open to the idea because you have obviously done something that affected them in a way that they have never been affected and wanting them to learn something new. That says a lot about your character as well.
Right.
Sure.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
So,
And that takes learning too.
that
Like
takes
you
learning,
said,
absolutely.
that takes learning.
Everybody has to want to learn, not necessarily on the same pace, at the same time, in the same way. And we all develop our own way of communicating.
Right.
And we have to learn each other's love language. It's very, very important.
Very important.
Yeah.
And
I
so,
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's a lot
Very
about
important.
being cognizant that you are not the only individual
Don't be afraid to be
in
vulnerable.
the equation.
It'll get you
Yeah.
more cooch. I'm just teasing.
No, you ain't teasing. You ain't teasing. For some,
No,
that's what get you there.
When you're more vulnerable, it's more attractive. When somebody can actually get through that sheetrock,
Yeah.
it's more attractive. Learn to be vulnerable, and it helps you as a person, your character, and how to deal with different scenarios and situations. Not even just in your career, but in your everyday life, your personal life, your family, everything. And so, just think about that for a second, man.
Yeah, because no one wants to deal with a rock. Like, I can't penetrate,
That's
you
why
know,
too,
your
if I was
emotions and your
I agree.
feelings.
Women too.
You're like,
I agree.
women too,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because there are
Right.
some women, and a lot of it is like childhood trauma, lifehood baggage,
Yeah,
you know,
most of
so.
Having to always be
Most of
strong.
it.
Right.
Or
right.
be the dominant.
You could meet
for
your
yourself.
person
Yeah.
and stare them dead in the face
Yeah.
and miss the opportunity
Right.
because
You don't want to let that down.
maybe you don't know how to be vulnerable
You're afraid to
and you're
say
not willing to learn how to be
girl.
vulnerable.
Yeah,
Maybe
girl.
you don't know how to shut up and listen to what your partner has to say instead of talking and finishing, trying to finish their sentence. You know, you're trying to, you know everything. You
Yeah.
have to listen to people.
and not listen to respond.
I want to add
Exactly.
something. I just thought about that. My therapy. I'm gonna just say that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Therapy. I was like, therapy. I ain't crazy. This what,
I don't need to talk to no shrink.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm telling you. And don't go to the therapist just giving them little things. You have to be an open book in order for them to help you. Their job is to help you better understand who you are, how your thought process, your perception, and also give their expertise because they're professionals and they teach you how to better approach certain situations, certain traumas in your life, how to forgive, how to move on, how to exist as an adult, as a grown man or a woman. Therapy. I'm telling you, it helped me because I was against it as well. It's not, I get it, but it's not because you're crazy. A lot of times we're so consumed by our trauma and the things that we are feeling that we're not willing to give anything a chance. It's like, no, I'm feeling this way, and this is how I'm gonna feel, and this is how I'm gonna be the rest of my life.
Can't nobody else tell me. Don't
Can't nobody tell you nothing, and you will not grow that way. But if you get therapy and they help you learn how to be able to pick those things apart and see from a different angle and light, it can really, 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 really help you. I'm gonna just leave it there.
And also going back to what you said about love languages, knowing how to love somebody or show somebody love, how they receive it, because you could be giving love and giving time to things that you feel like they want, but that don't mean nothing to them. You may think that a clean house or whatever matters to them when something else really matters to them. You know what I'm saying? That time matters to them. That doing small gestures matters to them. But if you're being grand and what matters to you as opposed to taking into account what they would like to see or receive, that matters.
I think that's an important discussion to have very early on because studies have shown that quite often someone will display onto their partner or express to their partner, give to their partner
what they want to receive.
Their love languages are instead of getting to know their partner and learning what their love languages are. I listened to and I don't remember who it was, but I remember listening to a sermon some years ago, and not to dive too deep into spirituality, but that is a part of a lot of our lives.
Oh, absolutely.
So I listened to a sermon at one point from, it was several years ago, and he was talking about love languages. And he said just kind of what we were saying, like people are so busy trying to one up the other person, even your partner. You become kind of enemies. But what he was talking about, and I wish I could remember who it was, giving you credit wherever you are, but he was talking about how in their household, what they started to do, they had a box, and it became a thing where instead of trying to one up the other person, it was, I'm gonna one up you on doing nice things for you. I've learned your love language, and now I want to give to you what I've learned about you. And I can't remember how it went, but basically they were trying to, instead of one-upping each other on the negative, how deep I can cut you, you know, how hard of a blow I can throw emotionally because you've made me mad, it became a situation to where they were trying to outperform each other with love language things.
Good intentions.
With good intentions. With acts of kindness.
Love that.
And I thought that was great.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
it does
mercy.
take maturity. Because
when
we so
say,
easy.
Oh, so you gonna buy me a steak and potato?
Yeah.
Okay, then, but I got lobster and shrimp.
Right. Because we so quick to one up on the negative. It's easy to do the negative, but when you're challenging yourself to one up on, like you said, intention, love, attention, things like that can be challenging. But stepping into that
if you
challenge,
want it can happen though. If you want it can happen.
That is very true.
Yeah.
So, but you know, different societal expectations, I think, for both men and women. I didn't get a significant amount of pressure about having children and getting married from family. Not necessarily. I feel like now that I'm older, I'm getting more, hey, you gonna have another baby? When you gonna have another baby?
I got it. Because on our side, I got it. Because even looking at y'all side, not to say we're a separate side, but looking at, because our grandmothers are twins. Looking at that side, y'all deep over there.
Yeah.
Y'all deep over there.
They wasn't playing.
We're very slim over here, so it would be like, hey, well, Deja, you gotta contribute to this tree because we lagging over here, and it's just like, bro, I'm childish myself. Ain't no child.
You just got to pray to the Lord and see what He would have for you.
Ain't no child coming up out of here.
You can't worry about the family tree. He'll provide. He'll do what He wants. Trust me, it's gonna live on. Your legacy will live.
Well, we definitely think, you know, your grandmother's line for reproducing significantly.
Because y'all, what, 6 children too?
Y'all 6.
We're 6.
Y'all 6, but grandchildren.
There was only...
I'm one of the grandchildren.
1, 2, 3, 4 grandchildren.
Who you counting? Me, Malik, Shay,
and
Junior.
And Junior. Okay, so 5.
Everly is a great grand, right? Oh no, she's a grand. Because you know what? No, because
it's crazy because we're so close in age.
I flip-flop. It's like I'm one of the siblings, so I have to understand my place a lot of times because I feel like I'm one of the siblings.
So my mother has 5 grandchildren. And she's the twin to your grandmother.
Right.
Y'all want to know the number?
How many grandchildren does she have?
I'm the 4th oldest of 33 grandchildren. And
number
then,
deep, baby.
Wait a minute. And then we have 44 great grands. It's a total of 81 of us. I'll say that.
I think
that's why I said we
my
lacking.
mother has one great grandchild.
81 of us.
Who's from Shay?
From 6 children.
She's one great grandchild.
Yeah, from 6 children.
Well,
you let me know how many grandbaby got too. Y'all leave in the comments what you think, you know, from a male's perspective, a woman's perspective, you know, the standards on, you know, physical appearance, the aesthetics, the emotional support, the emotional intelligence to be able to express
help
oneself.
Take care of these children.
Leave in the comments. We want to hear what y'all think. What y'all got to think.
We ain't got no
village. Where the village? Okay.
But that is the village.
Baby,
We is the village.
Yeah.
Imagine cooking for all of them. She makes it. She cooks it.
She made it happen.
Grandmother blew out 3 stoves.
She definitely cooks.
Yeah.
She cooks.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I really love about going to Gainesville, because she gonna have some food.
And going to Gainesville, it be so many family that you just see, or even if you don't see, you just know that they there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that. Like,
yeah, it's a warm feeling.
Yeah, I hate we only go for sad occasions.
I know.
But when we do
better,
go,
we talk about it, but we don't do better.
We don't. I agree. But when we do go,
trying to manage your everyday life and get home, especially when you're far apart.
Yeah.
It's hard. It really is. And then you have your own things that you're dealing with personally and that nobody knows about, and life has been life since this pandemic.
Yeah, especially since the pandemic.
So I don't care what nobody got to say about it. This is really whatever it was designed to do. I think it's doing it.
I agree.
But we can try a little harder. We can make things work. I try
We can do that.
We'll work on it.
All right.
Well, y'all, we are not going to hold you any longer, but we do thank you for joining us today for this session of AN-T-NEES podcast. We hope that you enjoyed our presence. We certainly enjoyed you as per usual. Like, share, subscribe, and talk to us. Engage. Leave us some comments.
Yeah.
Leave us some comments.
If it's like ugly and different, leave us a comment.
Exactly.
It all helps.
Boots on the ground, not in the air.
Ain't nothing wrong with in the air. Ain't nothing wrong with in the air sometimes.
Nasty.
Ain't nothing wrong with in the air sometimes.
This has been a fitness.
Night Nurse Davis.
Deja vu.
Y'all have a good night.
Have a good night.
Have a good one. We love y'all.
Peace.